Hello and welcome back. Well, over the last few weeks I've been making a few things, mainly for my new project, and I haven't been capturing much video of it because it's tucked away in a corner, hard to get at, and I just want to get on with things. Anyway, my new project is a Chinese 7x40 mini lathe that I picked up off of eBay. I won this for £143. It's spares and repairs really. Uh, the motor controller board, well, it doesn't work. The forward reverse switch broken, and there's other problems with it too. Anyway, I'm going to be doing this up and adding a three-phase motor to it in a way that still allows the spindle bore to be accessed so you can stick stuff through the spindle bore, i.e. long pieces of metal that you don't want to lob down, amongst other modifications. Now, I've watched quite a few people, including Steve Jordan and the Aussie Shed, my two favourites, and I'm going to try and emulate some of these modifications they've made, but the way I think they should be done. So adding stuff like a carriage lock and making the carriage support bearings better. Things like that will be done in the way that I think they should be done for a mini lathe. So anyway, let's have a quick look at the mini lathe that I've got. And to be fair, the bedways are in very good condition. I don't think this lathe had much use at all, and I think it was over its year's warranty and then it broke. Now, a couple of things that broke on it. The major thing, I suppose, was the lead screw, and I believe because the fuse was blown, the main fuse in the control box, I believe the motherboard, the controller board, had a short circuit inside it. Because of these two problems, I think the bloke decided, I'll let a mate have the forward and reverse switch and I'll sell it on eBay. So I got this lathe really cheap. Considering these cheaper lathes go from around about 500 English pounds, and if you get a name brand one, something like a Sealy lathe or a Clark lathe, they range from around about 900 to 1,600 pounds depending on who you buy them from. But yeah, like I say, they start at about 500 pounds. Means this has got aluminium hand wheels on it. I don't think it's the cheapest of the cheap, but it is one of the cheaper lathes. Compound feels okay. Then also with it I got these brazed carbide bits, not sharpened. Well, that one might be sharpened a little bit. No. Now I rambled on a bit while I was eyeballing these brazed carbide 10mm shank lathe cutting tools. The person who used these clearly didn't have a way of sharpening them or correcting their angles. The ones that were used, and a couple of these were used, were very rough and none of the appropriate clearances put onto them. Subsequently, I have sharpened every single one of them and put clearances. I started using these, and seeing as they're carbide, they can take cuts in harder metals, which is always useful. So I was very happy that I got these brazed carbide, because I had just started making them, brazing them on myself with silver solder, and this has saved me a little bit of work. So that came with it. That's a bonus. Got the instruction manual. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. A little cheapo earlier, oil. These are pretty good. I've started to like using these. These, you think to yourself, well, they're just a piece of cheap crap. But to be fair, that's all you need. I mean, it'd be nice if the threads went on. But yeah, they're good little oilers, I like those. So I'll use that. Not a problem. Give me some stock and get that plastic out the way for the time being. Got some solid brass, looks like around about 5mm. Got some solid aluminium, looks like around about 10 or 12mm. 12mm. I've got some other solid aluminium, looks like 10mm. Some aluminium tube and some brass tube. That's always handy. I was hoping there was going to be a couple of these in there, a couple of drive dogs. Might be in there. There we go, got chucked in. Just looking through this here, got a bush, some little metal gears. The outside jaws for the chuck. Got a stub tapered Morse taper. Does this tailstock only take stub tapers? It must only take stub tapers. So I've got a stub taper drill chuck. Let's see what it is, does it? 1.5 to 30mm. It's on a stub taper. A bit concerning. Yeah, this tailstock might not take a full Morse taper 2. You might have to take stub tapers, because that's only a Morse taper 2 stub. So I might have to get stub Morse tapers for this one. There's a longer Morse taper with, someone's put a bolt in the back of it. Quite easy. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a proper full size Morse taper. Yeah. And you have to have the quill out to 1/2 inch before that injects. And then we've got this little contraption, some kind of model steam engine making thing. A couple of dead centres, one stub dead centre, not like Morse taper 2. Yeah, Morse taper 2. Is it a Morse taper 2 headstock? No, it's a Morse taper 3 headstock. There's no Morse taper 3, so I'll have to get my Morse taper 2 to 3 adapter out for that. And then some slitting saws. Probably what I've already got. 0.5mm. I don't know what else is in here. It's got a bit of Delra in here. Very small piece of Delra in. Then go with the in the bits drawer. Might be silver steel. I'm guessing that's ground drill rod, silver steel. Yeah, I bet that's drill rod. It usually is. In model engineering terms, you usually have drill rod. Then I've got aluminium tube, looks like drill rod. Looks like silver steel. I'll see if it hardens. This feels like silver steel. If I wasn't colourblind, that'd be good. I think it's red. Yeah, it's red. I'll see what red is. Another piece of that. 1/2 inch stuff. Oh, another little piece of aluminium. Very nice. So I've got all that stock as well. You can't really see it. I've got loads of stock, little bits of stock with it as well. And there goes the reversing switch. And then there's some other wires and some wires here, and oh my word, all manner of things have gone wrong in here. Yeah. This might not get played with. I might just bungle that inside that and get a 3-phase VFD for it. And put a 3-phase motor on it. That could be what's happening. But first I'm going to repair this lead screw. So we're very close up on the lead screw. Here is the lead screw. And we're going to see it. There we go. So that's the key. As you can see, someone has welded the rod and then they went at it with an angle grinder. So I've got to repair that. The other side looks good. And the threads themselves, tickety-boo. I was going to say, I thought the cross slide lead nut was loose, but it's not. I see that it's tight. These things are tiny, absolutely tiny. I can't believe how small it is. You know, I thought my lathe was small, my Holbrook, but now my new lathe is miniature. Look how small it is in comparison to my hand. I can literally put my whole hand around the compound. I'll give you some scale if I had a scale. There we go. So, the compound is 120mm long, 50mm wide, 20mm and 28mm. The tool post is 38mm high, 50mm square. Awesome. It's got M6 hold down bolts in it. M6. Yep, well M5.8. Oh no, I've got some dirt in the threads now. Oh great, here we go. There we go. The bed width is 83mm. The headstock length 110 millimeters. Height 135. Width 90. It's a very small thing. Oh, it's not much bigger than a hand, the headstock. Right. So this is the bearing block supposedly broken. Oh, I see what's the problem with it. I see. So what it's got is inside, I don't know, can we just focus in on this? Maybe. It's stand in its way maybe. There we go. So inside you can see all the galling inside there on that bush where it's been thrusting against it. It should be a square, but it's a little bit tapered. Okay, so that's where this lead screw goes in. It's a little bit jangly. And that welded up keyway end is, well, pretty naff. So I've got a couple of options on this, what I can do. So, being as the shoulder here is mushroomed a little bit, I don't know if you can see that, yeah, you can see that a little bit. So we've got it mushrooming in there, yeah? That's where it was sitting in that and galling up against that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this shaft off, probably around about there. No, probably around about here, because this little section here doesn't really matter about anything. So I think we'll cut it off here, something like that. And then I'll tap and thread the end of the shaft, and then I'll screw in another piece of metal to the length and glue it in and probably cross pin it, and then I'll turn down this end again and put a new keyway in it and put a shoulder on it how it should be. And then inside here, if this side of the bore is good, which it might not be, could be, if that side of the bore is good after I've measured it, then I'll leave that and I'll just sleeve, I'll bore that out probably around about 3mm, 4mm to give it 2mm wall thickness, and I'll put a sleeve in that side there, and I'll bore it back a little bit. I'll give it another, I'll bore it deeper. So I'll go, say if the shoulder comes back to about here, I'll bring the shoulder back to about here, and then I'll put a sleeve in that, and it'll all be tight. Might put some bronze in it. Got some phosphorus bronze for it. I don't know what all this, must be the gears. I think on this side here, yeah, I think the banjo sits on that there. Yeah, looks like the banjo sits. This is the bearing for the banjo. So yeah, no problem. I can fix all that. That's not be a problem, but it won't be today. Yeah. The other alternative is I can just run some more weld up and down this and then turn it down. I like the first one where I chop it off, drill and tap it, glue in the rod and then turn it down. That's a better option. Try and get it truer that way. Because this is naff. This is, look at it. Look at that. Jesus. The things we do. Anyhow, I think that's the first operation. That little beastie bit there, can we see it? No. There. That little beastie bit there, and that little beastie bit there. They're the first bits to be done. And I like these little drive dogs. A bit bulky, but I've been looking for a set of these. So that alone has made me a happy chappy, just getting some of these. Oh yes. I've been wanting to do turning between centres easily without having to improvise with Jubilee clips. And now I've got 3 drive dogs. These are the ones that are advertised on eBay as Myford drive dogs.